Hello everyone, Namaste to you all. How are you all today? Hope you all the students are fine as well. Once again, today I would like to welcome all the students from grade 6 for the social studies class. Today basically we will be focusing on one of the lessons from unit 2, that is our national pride. So, hoping to be ready, to get ready with all the stationery materials, I would like to drag the attentions of all the students towards our overview, that is what are we going to do according to our plan. Today in the beginning, very shortly we will review about our last week's class. What have we done? Simply we will talk about it within very few minutes, and then after we will be talking about what national pride means. What is the meaning of it? Why are we talking about it? And then after we will be talking about some of the instances, some of the proof that we are taking them as the pride of our country. So dear children, let's have a review of last week's class at first. Have you remembered that last week what have we done? Which topic we have touched and we have exemplified through? Okay, so last week we have gone through one of the topic from unit 1, that is lesson 4, our municipality, where we talked about the introductory part of it, and then after its 3 different bodies. Beside that we talked about the function of those all the 3 different bodies, and even we talked about the different members, that is on behalf of the composition of the municipality and its bodies. Then we talked some of the assignments too. So today, dear children, we are going for one new topic which is really essential for each and every citizen, on the basis if they are talking about patriotism and their nationality. This topic is really beneficial and this topic is really fruitful for each one of us. As we are Nepalese, we belong to our country Nepal, and we talk about so many specialities and so many features of our country. Those all the features are our pride. Like we talk about the green forest of the country, and even we talk about the highest mountain peaks. There are so many highest mountain peak in the world. Out of them, the highest one, the topmost one is in our country. We talk about the holy places, we talk about the different religious pilgrimages, we talk about the different natural or water resources. So they all are our prides because we take the pride on them. We are proud to have them in our country, and we also feel that they are the identification of each Nepalese people. We are proud in a sense that because of their names and because of those special features, we are renowned in the world. We are known in the world. So dear children, because of which we are talking about our national pride. Have you heard about Mount Everest? That's the English name, but in Nepali name we called it Sagarmatha. Sagarmatha is the highest peak of the world. It's in topmost position, which has height of 8,848 meter. Because of which we Nepalese are renowned to each and every countries in the world, so that we feel proud. So we called it our national pride. We have lots of unique features like that of our national emblems, like that of our national pilgrimage or holy places, where we can go to worship the god and goddesses, and even the people from the different countries, they come to Nepal to see those all the things. And even about the natural resources, water resources. Do you know one fact? That is the most happening fact that we need to know. Nepal is the second richest country in water resources after Brazil. So these are all the specialities and we feel proud of them, so that we are taking them as our national pride. And today basically we will be going for some of them, not all of them to be occupied in the same session, because we have to take long sessions at all. But today we will be talking about very few of them. The first one, we talk about our national anthem. We will talk about our national flag. The next one, we talk about our coat of arms, which also can be called Nishan Chhap. The next one, we will talk about our Sagarmatha, Mount Everest, the highest peak, and we also will be going through Lumbini, the holy place, the pilgrimage, and the birthplace of Lord Gautam Buddha. We also will talk about our national bird. Do you know our national bird? It's Daffy. That is what we can call in English Lophophorus. And we will also talk about our national flower, which is also called in English rhododendron. So now let's move on to our national anthem at first. You can check it in the slide as well, babies, that how the national anthem is created. Do you know who has created our national anthem? Okay, the writer of our national anthem is Bakul Maila. That is the nickname of a person whose real name is Pradeep Kumar Rai. And the music arranger of our national anthem is, do you know? Okay, please guess. He is none other than Amber Gurung. He has arranged the music, and Pradeep Kumar Rai, who is also called Bakul Maila, has created or has written the words, lyrics of the national anthem, and the same national anthem we are using in our special occasion, formal ceremonies, and some kinds of celebrations we use through. So now today let's move towards our formal starting of the session using our national anthem. I just request all the students, if possible, so far if it is suitable for you, to stand up from your seat and then put your hands on your chest, because every national anthem should be sung. When we put our chest, that means we are real, we are truly tributing towards our nation. If you are ready, let's start. You have to put your head high, because we feel proud of our country. Instead, we also feel proud of our national anthem, so that we are talking it as our national pride. Now let's start. सायो थुङ्गा फुलका हामी एउटै माला नेपाली, सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली, प्रकृतिका कोटि कोटि सम्पदाको आँचल, वीरहरूका रगतले स्वतन्त्र र अटल, ज्ञान भूमि शान्ति भूमि तराई पहाड हिमाल, अखण्ड यो प्यारो हाम्रो मातृभूमि नेपाल, बहुल जाति भाषा धर्म संस्कृति छन् विशाल, अग्रगामी राष्ट्र हाम्रो जय जय नेपाल. So this is the way how do we sing national anthem. It's not only to be sung, it's also to feel proud, and it's also the formal beginning. This shows that we are having the formal ceremonies. Now let's have a look for some of the more information about national anthem. You can check it in slide, but I'll describe just about it. You can get the description very shortly there, but you can have listening part also very careful. Every country has its national anthem. National anthem makes the citizen feel proud of their country. Then It also gives the feeling of self-respect and identity of the country. The national anthem is sung at the beginning of the celebration of national days, national festival, any formal programs of honor, games and sports. And when the national anthem is sung, we have to stand up from our seat, and that also in a disciplinary manner, to pay respect to the nation. So this is how, and this is why we take the national anthem as our pride. Now, with no any delay, let's talk about our national flag. We don't have any doubt how the national flag is and what it is. National flag is another identity of the country. But we feel proud in a sense that our national flag is unique in shape rather than of other countries. Most of the countries, they do have the national flag in rectangular shape, and it's only our national flag which is triangular in shape. It consists of two different triangles, and the different colors represents the different meaning in the national flag. If you see the background of our flag, the background which is also red in color shows or represents the bravery and courageous nature of the human, that is especially the Nepalese citizen. If you talk about the blue border consists of the different meaning. It shows the peace-loving nature of the Nepalese people, and beside that we do have moon and the sun in the middle of each triangle. The upper part consists of moon, and the lower part, in lower triangle, we do have sun. And what is the indication of that sun and moon? The major indication of that sun and moon is till the time the sun and moon remains in the sky or exist in the sky, till that time even the Nepal also exists, the Nepalese people also exist. So that is the major indication we can get through our national flag, so that we feel proud of it, and it's also our national pride. Now moving towards our next national pride, or the next specialities. It's the coat of arms. You can see the different and the major descriptions in the slide as well. The coat of arms is also called Nishan Chhap in Nepali. It's one of the official logos specially used in the governmental documents. Without this logo, or without the coat of arms, without the print of it, no governmental documents will be authorized. Beside that, we also get lots of things inside it. If you see it thoroughly, you can check the pictures of rhododendron, you can check the picture of the map of Nepal, you can check the picture of 3 different ecological regions of our country, you can get the shape of the paddy, you can even get the engraved Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Gariyesi in the same emblems, that is in the same chap or in the same coat of arms. Now let's find out what are the major indication or representation of those all the pictures. It indicates firstly regarding rhododendron, that is well known to every one of us, it's one of the national flowers. Beside that, we do get 3 different ecological regions indicated very indirectly in the coat of arms. The map of Nepal, it's also one of our specialities, and the sheaf of paddy, the pieces of paddies given there, that is the indication that Nepal is an agricultural country. And the real meaning or the complete meaning of the sentence that is in Sanskrit language, it's Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Garyeshi. That is what we mean to say. Mother and motherlands, they are far greater than the heaven, which cannot be denied by any of the people, any of the citizen. So now dear children, the next one is there we have, it's all about Sagarmatha. Sagarmatha is the highest peak of the world. I have already expressed in the beginning, its total height is 8,848 kilometers. Beside that, this is also one of the pride, because we have got this same highest peak in the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. UNESCO has listed it in World Heritage Site in 1979 AD, and it's also well known to each and every people in the world. Beside that, we also have to talk about Lumbini. Lumbini is another, the UNESCO has enlisted it in the list of World Heritage Sites in 1997 AD. And Lumbini itself is one of the important places for all the Buddhist and all the Hinduist people, because Hinduist people refers to get it as the important places. Why? Because Hindu also believes in Lord Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha was born in Nepal, and Gautam Buddha was also known as the light of the Asia. So that even Buddhist, nor we can avoid Hinduist or other different religions, they do have faith and they go to visit the pilgrimage Lumbini a lot. The people from the different countries, they come to visit. Beside that, we were talking about Dafe. Lophophorus. Dafe is our national bird. It's found in the Himalayan region of our country. And do you know the Nepali name commonly given to Dafe? Its English name is Lophophorus, we knew, and Nepali name is Dafe as well, but another name is also commonly used by the local people, that is Naurangi, because it's covered with, or its body is covered with 9 different collars. So that we called it Naurangi, and it's also one of our national pride. Beside that, we also have to talk about rhododendron. Rhododendron is simply called Laliguras in Nepali, and this is our national flower. It's also found in the Himalayan region of our country. In the highest mountain, we do get it. So, this is mostly red or crimson in color, found generally, and it has the different identity among the Nepalese people, so that it's also taken as our national pride. Now dear children, you may be confused with some of the words here. Like I talked about the word engraved, I talked about the word sif of paddy, engraved Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Garyesi. Beside that, I even said one of the word that is unique, and another word also is said there, that is legalize. When we were talking about the coat of arms is used in the governmental documents to make it legalize. So, what were the meaning of those all the words? Let's talk about the meaning of those words so that we can recall the sense, recall the description once again, how it has been done. So, now dear children, the first one, let me provide you the meaning of engrave. What's the meaning of engrave? It's to cut words or designs on wood, stone, etc. So, this is the meaning of engrave. That is what we have engraved it in the stone or wood or anywhere else, the words or the designs, that is engraved. So I said the sentence Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Gariyesi is engraved in the coat of arms. That is written permanently. It's not temporarily, by erasing we can remove it, but it's permanently written there. Now the next meaning we have to go through the word of legalize. What's the meaning of legalize here? To make something lawful, to go not against the law, to go not beyond the law, it's going through the law. If we take the mistakes or if we take some of the crimes as the activities, that means it goes beyond the law. But when we prefer or when we take the law and when we accept it to do something, that is what we call legalize. Like last time, we talked about some of the points as the qualification of the candidates for the offices so far to be elected as the chairperson, vice chairperson or some members in the different bodies. What we talked there is all about they have to complete the age of 21 years and then they need to be the citizen of the certain area. That means they have to be listed in the electoral rolls. So they are legalized. That means they are going through the law. They are not against the law. So here we have got the meaning of legalize, to make something lawful. Now the dear children, another word I have given here is sheaf. S-H-E-A-F, sheaf. That is a bundle of quart stalks of grain. Sheaf of paddy I have said while talking about coat of arms. There is the picture of sheaf of paddy. That means the major part, the major stems of paddy is indicated and the bundle of them is also indicated by the single word sheaf. Now the next one is there. It's very easy for most of us. Even the students also could find the meaning of unique easily. The meaning of unique is being the only one of its kind, not in common. Like I am also a girl, she is also a girl, another my teacher is also a girl, my mother is also a girl, my sister is also a girl. That's not the uniqueness. If I say I have mole on my face, but some of them may not have, and this is my uniqueness to identify me. Like I talked about Sagarmatha. Sagarmatha is single in number. It can be identified as the highest peak. So that is the unique feature of Sagarmatha. So that we call being the only one, single in number of its kind. So these are the words through which we can easily get the descriptions of all those unique features, all of our national pride. Now again let me revise all the things that we have talked in today's class. After that I will be providing you one more assignment to do as your project. So in the beginning of the session today we talked about some of the quick revision exercises of our last class. That is all about our municipality. We did not go in brief, we just discussed that what were the topic and subtopic of last class. Then after we talked about what national pride means, why are we taking it as the important. Then again we went for some of the special features of our country to which we can take as our pride. They are the first one, national anthem. We even sang national anthem there, and then after we talk about national flag, coat of arms, which is also called Nissan Chap in Nepali, and Sagarmatha, Mount Everest in English, and even we talked about one of the holy places of our country, it's Lumbini, which is also our national pride, and we talked about our national bird Dafe and national flower Laliguras. Then after we found some of the meaning of the words which were found a bit difficult. It's not very difficult, but it's a bit difficult to understand, that we talked along with their meaning, and even we found where has it been used. Now let me provide you one of the assignment which also could be taken as your project of today's class. So be ready and make a note of it to write down the questions of assignment number 1. Here you have assignment number 1. I will not give you any writing exercise for today, just you have to focus on drawing the pictures of today's national pride, that is, draw any one of our national pride, and color it. So this is your assignment for today. Hope all the students will be doing it, and if your teacher is not available there, you can make it check to your parents, to your elder brother, sister, so that you will feel easy whether you are right or wrong, whether you are correct or not. So this much for today. Hope to see you in the next class. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.